I know heartbreaks, setbacks, bitch, if I crap out and show 'em a get back. The ups and downs, you know I get around, so to me, so the part of the game, if I ain't the cool.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We up in here. We are in the Wolf's Den. We are back. It's been so long. It's been so long. Things have been crazy. We got a full house slam show. Look, the deck is stacked tonight. I got my man C4 up in here. You know me, Big Rick Santiago. Got the co-host, the disgruntled guy, DG. Got my man Snake Eyes. 3 years we've been trying to get him in here, and we got him. I got my producer, my writer, my everything, Fiery Phoenix. Big show tonight. Need 2 minutes to pay the bills. We coming right back. We gonna jump right into it. Good? Enigma code DC. What's the signal, baby? It's a PLZ?
SPPLZ? Same password as last time if you still have it.
You probably remember the password.
Nothing
69 or 64? No, 59?
61?
No, the NAVID 61.
You know I'm not hiding
NAV? ID? EED? Oh, sorry.
You
NAV
too.
EED.
Slow
My
down,
bad,
man.
my bad. NAV EED 61. Did it catch?
I don't know what you just said.
NAV EED 61. Did it catch?
We find out. Nope. I'm unable to.
You got that PPLZ one? There's PPLZ 1 and PPLZ 2.
Oh.
Get the 2G.
Yeah.
It's been giving us issues, so.
You want to power it off?
Okay. 5, 4, 3. Malfunction. Technical malfunction.
We're back, Enigma Code DC. We're out here in suburban DC. Let's get straight to it. Joe Biden is in presidency. We're in the first 100 days, obviously a little past it. I read online from BuzzFeed the other day, said his approval ratings went from 56% to 51%. I got kind of down in the dumps a little bit. I read something else. They were dogging him out. So I said, and I remember me and you had talked about it, Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not going to get into that. I spent so much time fighting the election with him and the other clown that I just, I don't want to get into that. I want to talk about sports and food and fun stuff. So I went to CNN for something else last night. It said Biden's approval rating is soaring, and it's been the most stable since any president since World War II. So you know what? There's fake news out there everywhere, and it just made me laugh. Another day for politics. We're going to do sports tonight because there's a lot going on, and we had to hurry up and get one in while this shit is still relevant. I was about to say Brett Favre. Damn.
You did it again.
Damn.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I've been saying it all.
Wake up, man.
Because I keep thinking in the back of my mind, Brett Favre can come out of retirement if this shit don't hit the fan and put up numbers. Aaron Rodgers is salty because they drafted a quarterback. He asked for help. All right? They drafted a quarterback. They essentially drafted his replacement. Young guy, young gunner. Good kid. He thought those draft picks should have went somewhere else to get him some help to get to the championship. So negotiations broke down. Said first he was blaming the coach. What was the coach's name? Did the coach get fired? My man, he went to at RPI. The little coach, whatever his name, I think he's gone. They said, about to say Favre. Aaron Rodgers was blaming him. And then they said he was blaming the GM for not surrounding him with players. But my thing is, because Stephen A. Smith said on ESPN that Aaron's leaving, and Aaron's girlfriend tweeted like thumbs up. When it's over, it's over. I want to know y'all thoughts about this. They're like, oh, he's gonna be fined $50,000 a day if he doesn't show up in a couple of days, and that could culminate in $2 million in fines. It's over. He's forcing your hand. And if you don't trade him or release, you're not going to release him. If you don't trade him, he could just retire. I know 2 people that retired offhand. There was nothing they could do about it. Barry Sanders and Megatron from Detroit. Shit wasn't changed. They were getting frustrated with losing seasons every year. They just quit. They just retired. Deshaun Hopkins.
Watson.
Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre.
Threatened to do the same thing till somebody got in his ear that there was still $22 million on the table. That tweet was deleted. He said he's got 9 more years in him. So I want to know y'all thoughts about Aaron Rodgers.
He forcing their hand.
Yes, he is.
At this point, nothing good is gonna come out of it if he stays. The team knows where he stands. I think it's time for him to move on. The best thing for them to do right now is try to find somebody they can dump them all to. And be honest with you, it's not gonna be a bad pickup for anybody. You getting a top 3 quarterback. You getting a winner, and you getting a true locker room guy. He's been there forever. He's disgruntled because they're. It's Green Bay. Green Bay is kind of like New England, kind of like the power struggle of the NFL. Once you get to a certain point, you're not going to get what you want from the front office because you're not the future anymore. Right now he's a part of the past, so he needs to move on. Tom Brady found out the hard way, and look what happened.
Tom Brady made it work for him. They said Aaron Rodgers not in the boat that Tom Brady was in. Forcing his hand is not going to go good for Aaron Rodgers, they said.
I mean, they're in the same boat. The problem is nobody's willing to jump out there and take on that contract.
Will an apology by the brass for Green Bay fix this?
Nah. What is either side apologizing?
Because they offered him the 2 years would have made him the highest paid man in the league.
Okay,
2-year extension was something ridiculous.
So what is either side apologizing for? Why is Green Bay apologizing? They're a business. They have to run it like a business.
At the end of the day, it's a business.
Like they have to move on. They drafted. This ain't the first time they drafted a quarterback.
Right.
This ain't the first time he ran him out of town.
Right.
This time the problem is he's a little bit older and he can't run Love out of town.
That man's under contract though. He's supposed to show up to Green Bay today or tomorrow.
Man, them contracts don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing to the. If you as a player don't mean nothing to the team, why should my contract mean something to them, to me? Because they could cut him today or tomorrow and not have a can of work.
Is it about money?
Nah, it's not about money at this point. I think it's more about just like the grudge he has against the Packers, what they did to him. They didn't even tell him that they were getting a quarterback.
They forced my guy Brett Favre out of town. I didn't like Aaron Rodgers at first. I didn't know nothing about Aaron Rodgers because Brett Favre was making a comeback and said he was coming back. They went out to the swamp down in Louisiana and told Brett Favre, here's a check for, it was either $1 million or $2 million. They said, please retire. We don't need the circus. Aaron's our guy. We're moving forward. Offered him a check off the books to not come to Green Bay and try to make a shit show between him and Rodgers. He said no, got traded or released and ended up with Minnesota and then the Jets. Offered him a check not to come.
You gotta think about it this way. When you're dealing with Asian quarterbacks who've played at a high level for so long, they're looking for people to come in to help them win. They're not looking for a rebuild. They're not looking for somebody that they have to teach for the next 2 or 3 years. They don't have 2 or 3 years to win. They got now. Yeah. And that's what his issue is. He wants to go somewhere and win now. Same thing with Tom Brady. Like, when Tom Brady left the Patriots, he knew they wasn't fit to win right now. That's why he left.
He was in the same boat, went to Robert Kraft's house, knocked on the door, and said, love you. And Kraft said he saw in his eyes, he said, I'm not coming back.
But it's been plenty of quarterbacks. It's been plenty of players who've been in that situation and had to go. I mean, it's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business, and he's doing what's best for his business.
He's top 10 in the league, no? Top 10 quarterback?
Top 10 right now?
Yeah.
Top 5.
Okay, I like that better. I didn't want to go hard. Top 5?
I would even fight for top 3.
Okay, I'm not debating that. I love Aaron Rodgers now. So, how far can he push this? What if he does? I mean,
as far as
they don't have to.
He got the money to pay the fine.
Yeah,
and
he
there's
does.
a tax write-off. So
he does.
How old is he? 38?
37, 38?
And he's young in quarterback years in this day and time.
That's
I feel like Green Bay's not going to budge.
Yeah, well, Green Bay's not going to budge. He's not going to budge. He can sit out a year.
That's the other thing. You sit out a year, you retire. Two people have retired. I told you, Megatron from Detroit, Calvin Hill.
Those are two different
And Barry
situations.
Sanders.
Those were different situations. Those were situations where it was. I hate to say it, but it was never going to get good. Never.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but the reality of it was you talking about two completely different franchises.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about one franchise who's been in the limelight and been winning since day one,
Mm-hmm.
who was built on winning, and then you're talking about another franchise who's won what? Okay, thank you. That's what I thought.
No. I'm soaking in what you said.
Yeah, nothing is. That's what they won. Nothing.
Okay. I can't debate that, but we don't know what way this is gonna go.
And,
Could he retire? Could he sit out a year? Or could he retire?
I don't think he wants to retire this year.
well, what he want to do
Yeah.
and what he have to do is gonna be two different things.
Does he have a trade clause?
Don't
He's
know.
got to, right?
Don't think so.
No? So they could trade him to somebody lowly like the Jets or something.
Trade him. If he don't have a trade clause, they can trade him wherever he want.
You know they trade him AFC. He ain't going NFC.
Gotta retire on top, though.
Well, he's threatening to sit out. I mean, there's guys that talk about quitting if you don't trade me, and there's guys that are about it. And me, I know from personal experience, I left a job that I loved, that I was at for 5.5 years. I didn't even think I could do it. I said, if you bring this dude back, I'm out. Like, yeah, whatever, you ain't. And I asked myself, and I was like, and then the time came to do it, and I had to do it. And I was like, I did it. I didn't know if I could do it.
But where you have
Remember,
to
we
make a
talked
decision.
about it.
Yeah.
Happy that I, as a man, made the decision, but financially, I shot myself in the foot.
Well,
But happy as a man that I made the decision.
that's where he's at right now.
But I think
he's willing to shoot himself in the foot.
I think he's done in Green Bay, and it's tough because he was a god in Green Bay. He was the king forever, and now saying I don't want to play for you, that like turns the whole cheesehead against you. But
You want to. I'm gonna put it to you as best I can. Everybody knows what NFL stands for, right?
not for long.
Not for long. It doesn't necessarily mean 3 years. Don't mean 5 years. Don't mean 10 years. It's not for long. You only as hot as when you hot. When you cold, it's time for you to go.
Is he
It's
still
time
hot?
for-
Is
it's
Aaron
time-
Rodgers still hot?
He's cold in
Look at
Green
his
Bay.
production though in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Like,
but see,
He said that's because that he don't have the weapons.
here's the thing. In this day and age, in this the league that we're talking about, everything is based on what goes on in that locker room. Right now, they're facing two locker room nightmares.
Yeah,
You got Aaron Rodgers, who's disgruntled and not happy,
right,
and you got Adams, who's not happy.
right,
Adams is his main weapon.
right.
If he's not happy, what makes you think Aaron Rodgers is coming back at all?
Never thought of it that way.
Exactly. He's asked for weapons, and his only weapon, his
The
best
quarterback
weapon,
is the key. They required to
I'm
brought
sorry.
it to replace him.
one of his best weapons, because they got a heck of a running back. One of his best weapons is just as mad as he is. So now you're talking about two locker room nightmares. One's young, one's older. Who got to go?
Devontae Adams ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
he better
Right.
not.
yeah.
That's your guy in fantasy football.
my guy in
Devontae
fantasy.
Adams ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
So
So
let's
it's
wrap this up.
over.
We got to go to break and move on.
It's over.
Staying or leaving?
Leave.
Staying or leaving?
you gone.
Leaving. Snake Eyes. Staying or leaving?
I don't really care what he do. I don't know. I don't really care.
Phoenix, because you got a stake in this. I know Devontae Adams was your man in fantasy football. Aaron stays or leaves?
Aaron leaves.
He leaves.
Yeah.
So he holds out.
Yep.
Because they don't have to trade him.
Nope.
You don't have to. You force your hand. Sometimes it works. It worked with James Harden. It worked with Brady. It doesn't work with everybody.
Nope.
Man, we say all this and he be in camp next week.
That's the other
Probably.
thing. It says somebody to come up.
So you never know.
But just
you know.
because he goes to camp doesn't mean he's going to start the season.
That's true, because he can show up and not do anything.
Sure could.
As long as he's there.
We'll leave it at that. Deshaun Watson, who's got legal troubles, who was trying to do the same thing Aaron Rodgers was doing, he's got that mountain of drama facing him. They said, get your ass to camp. You ain't got no leverage, and he don't. His window that he had to get out of there and pull that It's closed. So he's got to report to Houston, and conveniently the court trials or whatever don't start till February 22nd. Unless they go to Super Bowl, season's over. So he got another year. He can't move. So I'll leave it at that. It's just funny how the NFL moves. And the last thing we're going to talk about the NFL, how they move in reference to COVID. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, the state of USA basketball. Enigma Code DC, we'll be back in 2 minutes. Who? He's got 22 charges of putting his hands on these girls and giving massages. Instead of him going to the strip club or getting sex, he gets the massages to come in and he tried to get frisky with him.
It ain't come up until
22 cases.
They said it now.
It didn't come up until he wanted to be creative.
1 or 2 cases, maybe. 22 cases?
Right, and then they all come up until
They
he
found
said he wanted to
22
be creative.
victims. Huh?
He said he wanted to be creative, and all this happens.
They could have cut him and put him on the
Let me ask you a
show.
question. Let me ask you a serious question. How realistic is that?
I don't agree with
No.
it.
Listen to it. They found
22.
Listen, 22 massage therapists that said this man did this.
He would have
22.
been done.
Not
bro.
2.
He would have been
You
done.
go to jail for 1 or 2.
Cause you seen them each
20, 10, 20,
And-
21, 22.
And he's not being brought up on criminal charges. It's a civil suit.
It's civil.
Oh.
Think about it.
Because he did say, he really did say that's criminal.
So you think
Yeah.
they're all trumped up?
That's sexual.
He's supposed to go to jail.
That's
Listen,
all the
if you-
Houston takes
listen,
in front of
If you're in a business and you're butterball naked, getting, you know, and that's the business that you're getting, and you position somebody, or that's sexual assault.
Yeah.
You're already naked.
He said if I get him over here in my arena on my terms, I can do what I want.
But I guarantee you none of them dunks was like that. I guarantee it ain't
Y'all
going
missing the whole point. 22 cases.
5,
It's unreal.
4,
Right.
It's
3,
unreal.
2.
We are back. Your host, Big Rick Santiago. We're in the Wolf's Den. Off camera, you might have heard we was talking about Deshaun Watson. Tried to force his hand, said the negotiations have failed with Houston, and demanded a trade, and was on his way to get a trade until these cases came up. Now we've had some sudden breaking news. They said that this inquisition is not going to happen till February, so that doesn't affect the season. Because this is over his head, all that trade talk shit is now out the window. But now I heard, after all of that, now Houston's open to trading him. It's on the table to trade him. Because they said they weren't trading him under any circumstances because he demanded a trade. See, a lot of these guys, they're under contract, and the people get in their ear, man, you could go here, you could go there. You know, you could get better than that. If you want out, you could go to Atlanta, closer to home. And then they start bucking. You sign a contract, that's it. We never talk about the contract sign. You sign a contract, you're supposed to go to work there.
Looks like he's got something to say over there.
You sign the contract. You can't sign a contract in PG County and say, I'm going to play hardball with them and try to get to Mo County. You're under contract with PG County. So you're taking a chance of burning yourself 50-50 to get what you want. It doesn't always work out that way. No? I'll move on to the next topic.
Nah,
Y'all
we
ain't
don't
got
have to
nothing.
move on. I was waiting for somebody else to say something. I say something. The contract ain't shit. And that's my honest
Now,
opinion.
Chuck, but 10
Listen.
years ago, you couldn't say that.
Listen.
Contract was gold.
The contract that he's under has so many clauses in it and whatever. But the reality of it is, if this man don't want to be there, that's like you just said. You work in PG County, you the trash man. If you don't want to be the trash man no more, then you got to do what?
Quit or resign.
Okay, so he can't quit. Why he can't quit?
He's under contract.
Because they fined him, right?
Yeah.
So you telling me, what is that? If you telling me I have a job but I can't quit the job, what is that?
That's different, Chuck.
No,
That's different.
just answer the
You're
question.
an hourly employee or you're under salary. Maybe.
Answer the question.
We talking millions of no, that's different. We're talking millions of dollars
You
for.
know, you're dancing around the answer to the question.
We're talking millions of dollars.
If you are under this contract, you say, right?
You do what you can to get out of that contract.
If you do what you can to get out of that contract, right? If I don't want to play anymore, or I don't want to play in Singapore anymore.
Right.
I want to play in Laos. I want to play for the Laotian team. And they're under the same league, and it's a contract. And I don't want to play in Singapore anymore. And I say to the owners in Singapore, hey, I'm not going to play. I demand a trade. Right? And they tell me, well, you're under contract and you can't. What does that mean? It's no longer what? It's no longer a job. I own your ass.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So what the Texans are saying is, we own your ass. You're ours.
You don't hear the owners saying nothing. You hear the players doing all this.
You can say what you want. You can do what you want.
Right.
We own your ass. If
Right.
you think you're going to go somewhere else and play football,
Right.
we own your ass. We ain't
Right.
going nowhere.
There's no need for the owner to say anything. We have lawyers.
Yeah, they don't. Right.
Exactly.
Right. They
They
got
don't want to
these
say anything that
logistic
that
lawyers
makes
that
it
just
so.
do that.
So
That's all they do.
The only way any of this is ever going to match up and be fair and realistic is if the power that the owners in that contract that we talking about, if there's no clauses in there, no nothing, and players are truly year-to-year free agents, then it'll work. But until then, it's not going to work because things like this will happen, or worse, a Megatron, where he's locked in a contract for 10 years and there's been no room for improvement, no trying to improve, not even a thought process. We just gonna ride you out, let you get all the touchdowns, and we're gonna bring another quarterback in to throw you some more touchdowns. Oh, that one you don't like? All right, we bring another one in to throw you more touchdowns. That's all they worry about.
The fact that you leave money on the table and rather quit than keep playing for one team is mind-boggling to
All
me.
money's not good money.
But I mean, you mentally,
No.
mentally, the mental toll on it, playing on a second team.
I know, but the chance of you getting to the league is this much. You carrying it for your family, your kids, your grandkids, your neighborhood, your school, your high school, your state.
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. At some point, like I said, at some point it has to be equal. And right now, it's been proven time and time again. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. If you work for Microsoft and you don't want to go to work, is Microsoft going to fine you for not coming to work?
No, it's going to replace your ass.
Exactly.
Well, we talking small thing because we're small. I'm sorry, these contracts are different.
Microsoft. You're working for Microsoft. You're the CEO. You don't want to come to work. We're going to fine you if you don't come to work at Microsoft. Nah, it don't work like that. You don't want to come? Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. We're moving on. That's as simple as it is. Like, listen. I told somebody the other day, and I know I'm gonna catch a lot of heat for this, but I don't care because it's the truth. All professional athletics are modern day slavery.
Yeah.
Because especially the ones
That's
with
right.
guaranteed contracts.
Yes.
Because now you throw in the guarantee, which means I'm going to give you this money, which is pennies on top of what they're really making from these franchises. Because if you think about it, if somebody has enough to pay one player $400 million or $500 million, what is that person really making? If Kansas City has enough money to pay, what's my young boy name? Patrick Mahomes. $500 million is his contract. What do you think Kansas City is making?
Right. Yeah, they ain't making less than that.
He's making
$500
pennies.
million out, yeah.
They paid him with the leftover change from a local TV contract. That's what they paid him. That's what they think of him. It don't sound good now, do it? It sounded real nice when it flashed across the ticker, we all, oh, he got paid. Nah, he got pennies.
Right. Compared to what? Right.
Who
You're not
got-
getting more than
Compared to
owners.
Who
what's
got
coming
paid
in.
is the dude who locked him in for 10 years at 23. You know how much money he probably already made that $500 million.
TV rights, filling up the stadium,
He
parking
probably-
lots,
Just imagine,
jerseys.
just imagine how many new season ticket holders, how many jerseys they sold, how many parking lot tickets they sold. They probably already made that $500 million back already. In the minute he signed that contract, they made $500 million off of him. He made 500 off of them, and they made 500 plus off of him.
In the first year.
Pennies. I'm telling you, it's not going to be fair
26.
until the tables are even. And what I mean by even is when the contracts are either year to year or they're motivated on both sides to be evenly looked at and evenly drafted, meaning I can back out of it anytime I want, you can back out of it anytime you want.
Yeah.
Whatever money we talk about for this year is this year. Next year we'll talk again. That's what it's going to have to move towards. It can be a 10-year contract, renewable every year. But that's
Look at
that
every
to me.
year.
Yeah, to me, that's the only thing that's going to make sense
For
because
football or for all
I mean,
sports?
for all
That's
sports,
how they do athletic scholarships. You
yeah,
gotta come in and sign it every year.
every year.
July 1.
They can take it every year. They can take your
July
scholarship.
1,
It's
July
not
1,
really
every year.
guaranteed.
Let's stop right there because that I don't want to go into USA basketball yet. Let's go into name, image, likeness. That's the one I forgot. Let's talk about that. So that's a good segue. We'll stop. And then we go DC. We'll be back in 120 seconds. Let's get it.
My bad.
So if you don't get your scholarship, they don't have to renew it the next year?
You don't have to.
So what they do is
Damn.
what they do is they tell you, all right, we're gonna offer you a 4-year.
Yeah.
We're gonna offer you a 4-year full scholarship.
They bring you in every
So
year.
you don't necessarily gonna get that 4 years?
You don't get that 4 years if you do what you're supposed to do, and that doesn't necessarily mean performance on the field. You
They
know,
can take one slip up.
Yeah.
This dude
yeah.
in the team group chat, he talk about
Oh, that'll get you.
the new AD.
That'll get you.
I'm not even gonna say where he was right when he said, but it's something like he just like, oh, the new AD look real good. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
That one
Somebody's
thing like
next to
that
the
and they can
coach.
pull it.
They yanked his
So
scholarship
it
and
comes
never
with a
saw
lot
him
of
again.
rules with it.
Yeah, like
No, they really own you. They own
Yeah.
yeah.
college football.
So here's the thing.
There's no slipping up.
Here's the thing. College athletes are used are used. They've been used for years. But the thing I will say is this. When you're giving someone the opportunity to educate themselves and make a better life for themselves, it's priceless.
Yeah.
Because you can't put a number on what that person does with the education that they get.
That's true.
So that's one thing. But if you have kids that you know they're going to struggle through that process, and you're using them to profit from it, now that's the issue.
Or
Yeah.
a kid you know ain't gonna be there longer than 1 year, like Zion.
Exactly.
You know.
That's when the issues come in, because it's truly amateur
They're at least,
athletics.
they are getting an education with their scholarship.
Yeah, but prime example, like you said,
He can't go
Zion.
to class. He can't go to class.
Zion is a super athlete. Like I call them super athletes. The kids that are one and done. The super athletes. Is no reason. I honestly, to be honest with you, I don't think that schools should. I think it should be not a penalty, but it should be something put in place to get the school to if you're a super athlete and you're going to North Carolina, all right, that school should be held accountable for that scholarship, because we all know it's going to be one and done.
It should be a
Four.
contract.
It should be a contract.
2.
I swear we had the best conversations off air. The off air conversations are as good as the. I be trying to run to the bathroom, go do something. I can't because I don't want to miss nothing. We're back in the Wolf's Den, Enigma DC podcast. We're on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud. Got my man C4 up in the house. Disgruntled guy, he's fired up, yo. We dragged him back in the studio. We got Snake Eyes dragged in here. Fiery Phoenix on the boards. Let's get it. We were supposed to talk about USA basketball. We'll get to that in a minute. We got to talk about name, image, likeness. This jumped on several weeks ago. The first two girls that signed were the two basketball players from Fresno State, the twins.
Sisters.
They signed a contract right away. I guess actually before him signed was a defensive end from Jackson State.
Mm-hmm.
He signed a nice contract with a black hair barbered something. Nice contract. You got Arch Manning, who's of the Manning clan. First they said he wasn't. Then I found out he is from the Manning clan. Is in high school. He's class of 2023. I heard he's got a $10 million deal under the table right now, waiting. I don't know if can high schoolers get paid? Or is waiting for him when he walks into college,
18, don't you?
which is
I think it
insane.
messes up like your amateur status or something.
Yeah, he won't be eligible.
But players been getting paid for years under the table. Y'all know that. But now that it's legal. So you could go, the man on your team, you could go to the dealership, say, I'm the man over here. Can we work out something? I'm the man over here. Can we work out something with food?
Well, it's
I'm
not
the man over here.
It's not that easy, but you already know it's going to happen. And I mean, it's
It's been happening.
It's
You got the social media platform. They get a lot of them.
yeah.
Depending on how many
They
followers
come to
you
you,
get,
depending on how many
you
followers
get-
you got. They come to
They
you.
paying you for that all.
Yes.
So some of these
And
high school
damn
kids
right.
already getting paid.
Damn, you know what's next is to pay the players. This name, image, likeness has opened up the door. I can't give you money now if you're performing. I can give you a computer. I can give you plane tickets. I can give you extra tickets. I can give you hotel rooms. I can give you
All right,
perks.
so
I can't give you money.
I'm two-sided about it because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, what did it take for it to get to this point? I know who started it.
You know, and you know, and you know, and I want to hear from y'all. I just played JUCO ball. Wasn't none of this on the table when I was playing. None of this, but y'all know.
I know who put the ball in motion to get all of it started, and I commend them for doing it. And I think they did a great job, and I think it's going to definitely be something that benefits a lot of people in the future. But the reality of it is it? I'm looking at it two ways. Like I said, I'm looking at the back pay of it because there was a lot of college athletes.
Keyshawn Johnson said he'd have been the first millionaire if this was happening when he played. So
I
we
don't
know
think
that
he
he got
would've been
paid.
the
We
first.
know he said he would have been a millionaire.
He would have been one, but it's been some guys. Like think about it. Like you got Herschel Walker and Bo Jackson.
And Bosworth.
Yeah.
Bosworth.
Same era. Yep.
Bosworth.
Same era.
Bosworth was probably one of the highest, most popular players coming out of college
We know why.
in history.
We know why. Guess what Bosworth's summer job was back in the 80s?
What?
He had to water a big lawn from the field.
Oh yeah.
Guess how much he was paid?
50,000.
$500 a week.
500 a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$500 a
But
week
he
back
worked
in
for
the
it.
80s
He worked
to
for it.
water the lawn of whatever.
He worked for it.
Turn on the sprinkler system, hit them
It's
all.
where every school has.
worked for
Every
it.
school
They had like
has
their
Hey, look,
job.
They weren't for it.
let me ask you
I
this.
couldn't
Let
have
me
got
ask you
that.
this.
Y'all couldn't have got
Every
that.
school
He
has-
didn't work for
Let me
that.
ask you
Every
this.
school has that.
If I owned a business and I told you, hey, I need you to come in and put ice in a bag for $10 million a week.
Like put ice in
It's
that
gonna be
bag.
the most
Or I have
priced.
furniture in my house. Can you come move this furniture? I'm gonna give you $1,000, and it's a table and a chair.
Yeah.
I got a job.
Who-
And what they doing? They
who's-
getting autographs, they taking pictures,
But-
you eating
but-
with them,
but the-
you signing stuff. Come on, man.
I learned this a long time ago. You are the work is worth whatever somebody is willing to pay.
Cause I've been on that side where you mowing the
If
lawn,
you tell me
picking the weeds,
if you tell me come pick the weeds
200.
and you paying me $1,000 to pick the weeds out of a garden that's the size of this table, guess what? It must have been worth $1,000 to you to pay me. That's
You gotta eat.
yeah. It's been happening for years. Now
I
they're
know.
just trying to put it into some type
As
of
they
control.
should. Jay Billis said the next step is to
But-
pay athletes what they were. Top running back,
Man,
500.
that's
Top wide receiver, 700.
that's not going to
Top
happen
point guard,
because
300.
it's a tier system. It's the
everybody
ticket.
can't
It's
get
the
paid.
Everybody can't get it.
I
The
wonder
top-
how this is going to affect the locker room.
Oh, well,
I didn't think it was going to.
Well, it won't. It
But
won't.
like, say, like
You
somebody
tell
has
me.
a kid, right?
I'm the
And
quarterback.
my
I'm getting
kid's the
500
left
a week, and
tackle
you
for
ain't getting
Alabama.
nothing.
The left tackle for Alabama is going to get that bread, but you're the left tackle for Toledo. You doing the same job, same stats, but Alabama's $60K. Toledo's 20.
But you gotta think it's the market. You got.
What do you know? You come into the coach.
Yeah.
The coach is in a
It's
terrible spot.
definitely going to affect recruiting.
Yeah.
It's because nobody's gonna want to go to a small media market now. But the thing is,
Well, no, because Milwaukee won the chip. Well, you talk. Yeah,
no,
you
I'm
talk
talking about college.
Okay.
But the thing that I like is, I don't know if y'all heard the kid down in North Carolina, Mikey.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of them kids that sets a trend that changes the way of thinking for a whole
Is that the kid who
generation.
got the Corvette for his 16th?
The basketball player?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Williams.
Well, see, now that was a bad thing before this NIL thing just popped off.
But if his parents
We
had
talked
the money,
about it. We said that's wrong.
Well, you got to think he has
His parents ain't buy that card. That
3
parent-
million some followers on Instagram. He
That
can't-
card
he's
did not come
verified,
from
so
his parents.
he's getting paid for some things that he
Yeah.
posts.
That card didn't come
You
from
got a
his
TV
parents.
show
Yeah.
from Overtime.
Yeah.
Then they paying you like he can afford. You getting paid for
That
this
card didn't come from his parents. Y'all know that Corvette
That's what
didn't
I'm
come from his
telling
parents.
you.
He
He
paid
had-
for
Now
it,
that
bro.
this NIL thing is, now that's no big deal.
It can't be.
Oh,
big,
he got a Corvette?
It can't be a big
Somebody
deal
thought
already
of him?
because you know why? If he has merch, right? Let's say he has merchandise. He's selling it outside the games, and let's just say he's making $30,000 a game off merch.
That's a Corvette right
That's
there.
University of Michigan. Michigan don't
Two-
put the numbers
I'm
on
just
it.
saying.
Now they
Two
putting the
No,
numbers.
his
Now they
own
put the
merch.
names on
His
there.
own merch. It could be. It don't even have to
Two
be a jersey. It could be
games,
T-shirts.
that's a
It could be
Corvette.
shorts. It could be all of that.
60K?
But let's just say, them games packed out.
3
Them
games,
packed
you
out.
got a
You sell everything $50, $60, $70 a pop. Some things $100. You sell out of everything. You might leave out there. You know what I'm saying? It might not be $30,000. You might leave out there $15,000, $20,000.
And they're power couple. I like that. Young kids, power couple. I love y'all. I ain't gonna mention the names though.
That ain't, you know what I'm saying? He understands branding. He's brand. He's a
How much stress he put on the kid, though?
He didn't know.
'Cause, like,
no,
now-
he lucked into
You
that
know-
because they just
you know-
changed his NIL license.
Oh, they
he
can't
lucked into
stop
that.
that. They can't stop that.
Everybody was buzzing about how wrong it was till this name,
So-
image, likeness thing popped up a month ago. Then it's okay, Mike. You
He
got
couldn't
Corvette now? It's all
stop.
right.
It was
Well,
fine
okay,
before
so
that.
what's wrong
what
with
if
it?
Bronny gets a Corvette?
Who?
It's cool then?
Who?
If Bronny gets a Corvette?
No, you know where it came from.
How?
You know it.
Hold on,
Oh, come on
So-
now.
So,
If Little Bronny gets a Corvette, you know where it came from.
How you
How?
know? How you know?
Because LeBron ain't gonna let nobody give his son a Corvette.
why? What makes you think that?
Because he's not. You know he's not. LeBron's not built
So,
that way.
so
He's
you
not
mean to
gonna
tell
bet
you mean
it.
to tell me you mean to tell me Dwayne Wade can't give Bronny a
Oh, a
Cor-
friend?
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You didn't
who the
say
friend-
that.
But
But
Dwayne
Uncle
Wade,
D Wade did. Uncle D Wade
D
did.
Wade's a majority owner in the NBA franchise. That's not a conflict of interest.
No.
What do you
No,
mean?
because
It could be
D Wade is
tampering.
family.
That was
It could be
tampering.
tampering.
I mean, you can't
Okay.
follow
Oh,
Bron.
he go to Marquette. He go to Marquette. He go to
Oh, and
Marquette.
he go to Marquette.
And he go to Marquette.
Come on now. Come on
They
now.
kind of found out D Wade bought him a Bentley. 16th birthday. He just got his
My
license.
nephew. Come on, nephew. Here go the
Oh,
car.
Melo get him son. He go to Syracuse.
You know, Braun and Melo know each other for a long time.
No tampering.
Is that tampering? Is it? Yes or no?
These kids should be
Yeah,
paid, man. They
they
selling
should
out.
be.
They selling out
They
games.
selling out arenas.
YouTube 20 million.
Man,
People came to
Come on,
them
man.
games for Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Oh my God, man.
Johnny Manziel made more money for that. He made that football stadium they got.
Manziel was his. If he fucked up everything in the league, the NFL, his legacy was college football. That dude took a helicopter from here to somewhere, showed up in California. They was like, how the hell? Private something is he get paid. You knew he was getting paid, and I ain't mad at him.
I ain't mad at him. either.
Vince
I'm not
Young was
saying
the man in Texas.
Oh my God.
I ain't mad at him.
I'm not mad at Mike.
All the fuck ups Vince Young made in the league, he's a god for University of Texas. He came back to Texas. I would too, because his name is Gold.
I'm not mad at these kids, man.
I'm
Let
not mad
them
at
make money. These
How
colleges
much
making
money did
money.
Lamar Jackson make for Louisville? Like, and
He was a
Louisville,
transfer.
I barely
He
watched
didn't start at
Louisville.
Louisville.
He didn't-
Exactly.
no,
Where
he
did Lamar
didn't.
Jackson come from? He
I-
transferred.
I don't know, but I know 1 year, in the 1 year he was there, I guarantee you they made more money in that 1 year
Oh
he was
yeah.
there than
Look,
they made in 10
you
years.
asked me, Lamar Jackson should have got the Heisman twice. He should have got it twice.
Fair.
40 already? So name, image, likeness. Is it good?
I think it's great.
Michigan cashed in on that. They don't
Now-
put numbers on the back
now-
names. Now
now
they
look-
put names on the back, and they working with the players.
But
Chuck,
will
I'm
say
gonna put
this.
your name on here.
You have to.
No, you don't.
Bro, if I'm
Michigan-
Mikey Williams, if I'm Mikey
Michigan-
and I'm going to Michigan,
Y'all need to
you
put them banners back up,
You
Michigan.
put my names up. You put my name back there
Yeah.
because this jersey about to sell
Put the
out.
banners back
And I
up,
need money-
Michigan.
I need my money off this jersey.
You can't
Stop
put his
denying
name
y'all
on his
history,
jersey if
Michigan.
nobody else got their
The
name
kids
on
ain't
it.
do
Why
nothing
am I coming to
wrong.
Michigan?
Is
Stop
everybody
blaming
else getting
kids for
biased
adult
like him?
mistakes.
Does everybody got followers?
He's
like him?
16, about 16, 17 years old.
He
He got
got
3
more
million
followers
followers.
than all of us put together times 10.
He got
times
3
10.
million followers. You better put my name on the back of that jersey I come to your school.
So Michigan,
I
none of
need
the players
my-
got their names on the jersey except him.
he better have it on there because you know how many.
If I'm a player on
We
the
gonna-
team,
'cause you know
I gotta
why?
accept the fact that I'm not Mikey Williams.
When Mikey go there, they're gonna have 12 TV games. They might have had 4, 5 of them Johnson before. They gonna have 12 TV games.
And that's where the money comes in.
Exactly.
That's where the money comes in.
Every
Don't
game
fuck
gonna
around
be
being
every
the
game
SEC
gonna be sold
or the
out.
Big Ten or the
But they gonna be getting games they weren't getting before. Every
say
game
he's
gonna be
trying to go
sold
to
out.
HBCU,
All of that, man. All of that.
HBCUs are on the move.
And think about how much they're
Like
gonna
HBCUs
Deion
are on the
Sanders is
move.
doing.
think about how
They're
much
on
they're
the
gonna
move.
charge for the
Deion
tickets
Sanders
at Mikey
started
there.
the wave.
Think about how much they're gonna
Another
charge for
thing,
the tickets.
all the HBCU coaches out there, I applaud y'all. Deion wasn't the first great one, okay? I just want to let y'all know that.
Yeah, there were some good ones. Who was my man from
And
Winston-Salem
I
State?
appreciate you, Deion, but there's a lot of good coaches out there in the HBCU.
Yeah, these players are coming home. Now the name, image, likeness, now they could say, I know I can't give you a Michigan can come, but if you come here to Howard, I can get you to a car dealership. I can get you up here where you're not paying for sneakers.
Yeah.
The Under Armour guy that's
You
right
think
over
it's
here,
gonna
PG
spread it
County.
out? Because somebody was telling me they think it's gonna make the Alabama's more better and the lower schools worse. But I think it's gonna spread it out.
I think it was
I
already
think it's gonna
paying.
spread it out.
I think it
it's
was
gonna
already
spread-
paying.
Is
I
the
think it's gonna
NIL
spread out
going
the
to be used
players.
as a recruiting tool?
I think it's gonna spread out.
It
They're
was-
not supposed
It was
to.
already there. We just never talked about it. Now we can
Now
talk
that
about
you
it.
can.
Now we can say,
Listen.
how much is Nike gonna give you?
Do you know at this point in time, if I started a business, I could officially pay my son as an employee of the business as a freshman in college
If he plays or if he doesn't play.
while he's playing.
No repercussions.
No repercussions. He's an employee of my company.
Damn, no.
But you also have to think about with these contracts, these Nike schools, these Adidas
Oh,
schools.
they gonna run.
Those
they gonna run the
deals,
markets.
those deals, they don't happen just in college.
Yeah.
You don't understand whatever
Those
circuit those
AAU
kids are
circuit.
on,
Those
AAU
deals.
circuit.
Those
They-
deals were made.
whatever
at
circuit they on,
8,
6th
9,
grade, 7th grade,
7.
whatever.
Yeah.
They wearing that throughout
Yeah.
middle school, high school, and they're going to one of those schools
Yeah.
that
They try
wear
to
that
follow.
stuff.
Yeah.
So and then at the end, if they don't go to college, they're gonna get a deal by the time they're seniors, a deal.
Yeah.
But if they go to college, by the time they finish college, whether they 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, they're gonna have that shoe deal with that company. But they've had this relationship with this kid for 7 years. Let's think about it. Let's, for example, like let's just say Mikey. Let's just say he signed. You know, he on a Nike circuit. He been playing on this Nike circuit for X amount of years. He's made them so much money already. By the time he become ready to go pro,
A college sophomore.
they can give him $100 million.
Yep.
They give him $100 million, $200 million.
And guess what? That 200 or 100 million they gave him. Guess what? It's pennies.
Pennies
to
to what they made off
pennies
of
to
him.
what they made
Right,
off.
He gonna get a
And
signature
lot of
sheet,
that
he
is
gonna get a
future
sign
projections.
bonus, he gonna get all of that.
What about your man, the Greek Freak? Before he was Adidas, who was he with? Who was
He's
the Greek
Nike.
Freak with? He
He's
was a
Nike.
Nike man.
He's Nike
Adidas
now.
came to him. I told you with the semi.
The truck.
The semi opened up. They said, "Come on!" And they had every shoe, design, shirt in his size. He was just picking. They said, "What is it gonna take to sign you?" Told his family, "Come on in, take what you want." It was a semi. He had a whole closet locker designed for him. Take whatever you want. What will it take to sign it? He told his family, "Come on in." They all left with, and they signed him over. Adidas.
He Nike.
Adidas.
He a Nike dude.
Adidas.
You ain't
Since
seen
when?
them, you ain't
Huh?
seen them ugly Nikes he wears?
He's a
Or
Nike
did
guy.
Adidas stealing from Nike?
No, he's been a Nike
Nah,
dude.
somebody stole them.
Bro,
You sure?
he's
He
been with
got,
Nike.
he got the ugliest backwards
I thought
Nike
he was
check shoe
Adidas.
I've ever
He's a
seen.
Nike guy. He's a
He been with
guy.
Nike or Nike's?
Been with Nike for
So
a
he
Nike
been with
for a
Look
Okay,
it
while.
up.
maybe Adidas tried to woo him and they didn't.
Maybe they couldn't get him.
He's a Nike guy.
He's
Ain't
not
nobody-
Adidas.
Listen, ain't nobody beating Phil Knight.
Giannis is a Nike guy.
Honest.
He's a Nike guy.
Nobody,
Damn.
nobody beating Phil
All right,
Knight.
I gotta look that up.
Google it while we're
We
on
gotta go to break.
break.
We're on the last segment. I'm gonna ask y'all now before we go. Do y'all want to do? We can do State of USA basketball, or we can do NFL vaccination. Either one's gonna take 15 minutes. Let's pick one because I had to get an NIL, name, image, likeness, and that took away. So which one want to do left? State of USA basketball because I can go for 15 minutes on that, or NFL vaccination. How they trying to bully people into Which one?
We done done it. I'm tired. It doesn't matter. I have an opinion on either one.
USA
I could
basketball.
go either way.
Yeah.
USA basketball.
Yeah, man.
USA
Football,
basketball.
We already established with.
We'll be back in
NFL
2 minutes, and
football
then we go DC. We're in suburban DC. 2 minutes. We'll be back.
Giannis and Nike, man.
I thought he was Adidas.
What's that video? You gotta get the video.
Which one?
The video you showed me
What video?
of him, the semi-truck.
I could have swore he signed with.
Yeah, Nike, dude. They got the shoes called the Freak. What they call the Freak?
Freak.
Zone Freak.
Oh yeah. Well, Nike just. I didn't even know Under Armour pushed their CEO up. Never played. Not the CEO anymore.
Yeah,
he's Nike.
What Nike do? Who's good at Nike do there?
What they are, the Nike or Under Armour? Adidas.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna tag the regulars, right?
Only thing I've done now is Adidas, to be honest with you. For me, it's more so comfort.
Yeah. I could.
Nike don't be really coming out with nothing lately, man. They just remaking it after remaking.
Retro's in though.
I
Remember them fake Nikes that were clear? I didn't know they were knockoffs. Remember they were clear? The whole shoe was clear.
Oh.
It was a clear see-through shoe. Nike had it, and they said they were knockoff Nikes.
Oh wow.
And everybody was getting them. This was
Nobody
probably
knew.
2007, 2006, 2007. Huh? 2008?
I was 8.
Oh, you was 8? Yeah, you don't remember. They was
You don't
clear.
remember that.
Nike game of life seems to change.
Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Enigma Code DC, we are back. Last segment. We said we're going USA basketball. State of USA basketball. Lost the preseason game to Africa. This is the same USA basketball that once beat Africa by 83 points. We started the Olympics. Sorry, they lost to France. This bad. Now, the only way they can recoup is in their division is USA, France. They play Iran next, and then Czechoslovakia. So if they beat Iran and Czechoslovakia, they back in contention for the medal. If they don't, it's done. I'm going to keep this simple, let y'all go. Superstars win this. All these international teams, they've been playing together since they've been teenagers.
Kids.
They know each other. I know you like the back of my hand. I know you like the back of my hand. I know your game like the back of my hand. USA used to send superstars to the Olympics. Now we are just sending stars to the Olympics. We're interchanging parts like Legos. Drew Holiday, who I love because he's scrappy and hard as hell, is not not one of the 12 best players in the nation. And I'm going to let y'all go on with that. What's the problem with USA international basketball?
Everybody that was supposed to play, some of them opted out.
A lot of them
But
opted
you
out.
have to understand at this point in time, basketball is not like how it was 20 years ago,
No,
30 years ago, when we had the best
the
players.
best.
A lot of these guys that play for other countries are NBA players,
Yep,
NBA players,
yep.
or can play in the NBA. So, I mean, the talent level of these overseas, teams, they're not bad. Like, these guys play in the league with
Yep.
these American guys, and they know what they can do. So they're competing,
Yep.
and they're playing for their country just like
And
the
they getting
Americans play for
hyped
their
as
country.
shit because they putting on their colors.
Cause like, think
They
about
putting
it.
on their colors
Who
and they
can
get
stop-
hyped as shit.
Who can stop Luka in the regular season?
Just dropped 50.
So who do you think gonna stop him in the Olympics?
Right, when he's playing for country. Right, I agree.
I mean, it's picture right there. Look, we don't got people like that in the Olympics.
No, we
is
don't. That's superstars right there.
That's all
That
right.
ain't stars, that's superstars.
JaVale McGee is on the Olympic roster.
You know what somebody
You
said?
telling me there's not 5 big men you can't
That's what I'm
find better
saying.
than JaVale McGee?
Somebody
But do they
said-
want to play though?
Yeah.
Somebody said
Yeah.
they need to call LeBron, beg him, and fly him and his family out on a private jet to Tokyo.
He's not playing.
He never played again.
But he's not gonna play.
He don't need to. And I think he's banged up. He don't need to.
He's playing a long
He's
game.
proved it.
He's
Also,
playing a
right.
long game.
What probably affected the Olympics is the bubble season. Because it kind of messed up their training, to me, I think, for this season and then going into
It's a
Olympics.
bubble over there.
But
Talk
then
about the
y'all
cardboard
think about
matches
it.
so the players
I
aren't having
think
sex.
That whole bubble thing, all right, all well and cool, but if you really think about it, guys that play a whole season and play in the Olympics, there's a whole bunch of games already. You know what I'm saying? It's the wear and tear on your body already.
Yeah.
So y'all complaining about we just finished this, we just finished that. Yo, it's the same thing as if you played an 82-game season, you won a championship, now it's the Olympics and you playing. And it's no difference. You know what I'm saying? These guys are just getting smarter and they understand I don't have to play. I don't have to play because I'm going to still get paid from this, I'm going to still get paid for doing that, and it's less wear and tear on my body. They're playing a long game.
But let me ask y'all something. We didn't bring in the pros till 92. 84 was Michael Jordan and Barkley. They was all college players. 88 was college players. 92 and 4 we went. So these guys that are coming, I'm looking at the names on there. I'm like, nope, he ain't the best. He ain't the best. Where's the best players if we're not taking the NBA?
They're not.
Did we go back to college? Because we can keep them together for 14 months.
No.
Play for your school. We play every summer together, get ready for the Olympics. Play for your school. We get together every summer, get ready for the Olympics. So by year 4, y'all been playing together. You don't got all these
They got
interchangeable
pride, though?
pieces. Oh, he's hurt. Call him. Oh, he went down. Call him. Oh, he went down. Call him.
Do they got pride for the country though? You know, the other countries, they are proud to wear those colors. Like,
We are happy to win it because we're supposed to win it. But do we have the pride like the other countries? No. Africa was celebrating like a national
Nigeria.
holiday. Nigeria, when they beat the U.S. in a scrimmage game that didn't mean shit. France was celebrating like it was the end of the world when they beat USA in the opening. Come on, man. Come on, man. Unacceptable.
So let me clear the air a little bit. International basketball and NBA basketball are two completely, totally different things. All right, you look at the game and it's nowhere near the same style of game. It's not ref the same. It's not played the same. The rules aren't the same. So when we say let's look at the state of USA basketball, are we saying that are we saying that because we're looking at the process that they use to pick the players, or are we looking at just the fact that they were losing games right now?
Is it even a process anymore?
It's
Is
still
it just
a
the most
process.
popular players that want to play, or is there a process?
It's still a process because the process doesn't change. It's been the same process since they started.
What is the process? Because it used to be a tryout.
It's a tryout.
Because
It's a
didn't
tryout.
Michael Jordan get cut from 84?
No, he played.
He
in
played in
84.
88?
No, he played in 80.
He played in 92.
He played in 92 and 84.
Didn't he get cut from 84? You sure?
It was.
Didn't he get cut for Vern Fleming or somebody?
No.
No, you're right. Barkley got cut.
Yeah,
Barkley got cut. God dang, Charles Barkley got cut from the
But-
Olympic team.
The process. After they had the dream team, they started an actual process of how they're going to evaluate and who fits into the mold of an international player.
Okay.
Right now, we don't have an international roster.
No, we
That's
don't.
the problem. Like we don't have an international roster. Right now, we have the 12 quote unquote best players in the NBA. That's what we have. We have an all-star roster. It's a complete difference from an international basketball roster.
Let me tell you who shouldn't be on the team, and then go right back to what you're saying. All right. You got Bam Adebayo, yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Devin Booker, yes.
Yes.
Right.
Mm,
Oh, Doug, what?
not Devin get buckets.
What? Come on, man, that's your
I mean-
dude.
Why?
I like Book.
Why?
I like-
why,
I like
why
him
not
too.
D-Book?
Like I said, it's an international game.
Let's come back to him. Kevin Durant, yes, right. Jeremy
You
Grant,
gotta have KD.
Jeremy Grant.
nope.
No.
Draymond Green,
No.
No.
nope. Drew Holiday, who I love for the NBA, nope.
No.
Keldon Johnson, never heard of him.
He was a Kentucky guy. But he
Zach
played for the
LaVine?
Spurs. No.
No, and I love Zach
Y'all have
LaVine.
only thumbed up for 2 people.
I'm a fan of Zach. I'm just saying. Dame Lillard,
Okay.
yes, right.
Game time.
JaVale McGee, who
No.
looked like my son in Carolina, nope. Chris Middleton,
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 you just won't give Chris Middleton his
Hey,
props.
look,
You just won't
No,
give.
he did his thing.
At his
No,
birthday
no.
party, you said Chris
He
Middleton
did.
was a bum.
He did. He
No,
did.
Shouldn't have got the bag.
Hold on now, because I'm gonna clear the air on this Chris Middleton thing. I personally do not think Chris Middleton is a great player.
Why?
Okay, I'm saying this, but What he did in the playoffs,
Yes.
I give him his props. But we talking international basketball. He a boogie in international basketball.
That's
Okay.
fine.
And the last one is Jason Tatum. That's a yes.
I'll go with Jason.
Mm.
Tatum. I'll
So
go with
that's
Jason.
six.
What?
That was only
Listen,
6 players.
okay.
Y'all were good
So
for.
do we truly understand that the international game is not played above the rim?
No.
It
I mean,
doesn't
I
ma-
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're the best athlete on the floor.
Right. Like Zach LaVine doesn't.
If you can't hit
Right.
a wide open jump shot and find a wide open person, you're not an international basketball player.
How many scorers did they even have on that list?
I'm taking Tatum though, Joe. I'm taking Tatum.
Who does he make better? Who is he going to get open by doing what he do?
Nobody. But you need that
You
guy
don't
that
need-
can get to the
You
basket.
don't need him
And
to
he's
do
that guy.
nobody.
For what?
You got D-Buck too, though.
So all right. So listen. So you got 5 people on the floor, right? You got Jason Tatum on the floor. I'm not saying that y'all think I'm saying that Jason Tatum is not a walking bucket. That's not what I'm saying. Jason Tatum goes and dunks the ball, and is
You can hit that man.
right. Listen to what I'm saying. He dunks the ball. The ball is already out of bounds. The referee hasn't touched it. Down the floor, and they're shooting a 3.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
We're trading 2s for 3s.
Agreed.
We're trading missed layups for wide open layups.
That's how Oscar from Brazil's old ass, who couldn't jump, had no speed,
and
will
is
get
probably
30
one of
game.
the
When he was
best all-time
39 years
international
old,
scorers.
he was
ever.
still getting 30 games. I used to watch him on the VCR rewind. I said, how can he be so slow and get so many buckets?
Because it's a
Easy
mental
buckets.
game.
And he
People
can't
don't
jump.
understand
And
basketball.
he's not fast.
Basketball is a game of 2s. I keep
Yep.
telling everybody this
Sure
all the time.
is.
It takes a prolific team to
Yep.
consistently make 15 and 23s a night. You had to be prolific.
Luka just doesn't shoot 3.
Giannis,
Nah, Luka's
Giannis,
mid-range
game
is
5,
like that.
game 6.
Luka's mid-ranges.
I'm not shooting no mid
he
range.
finds
I'm
open-
getting to the
Yeah.
bucket. I'm gonna
And
either dunk on you, lay it up, or I'm going to the free throw line. And because you know the Suns, then you ain't gonna hit them. You ain't gonna hit all them 3s every single game. But you know what you know what I am gonna be able to do? Get 2s. I'm gonna get fouled. I'm gonna go to layup. I'm gonna go get a free throw. The game of basketball. We forget this time and time again. This is a game of 2s. It always has been. Steph
always
Curry's
will be.
cool, but yo, you're not gonna hit
It's a season.
12
for
threes every
So-
night.
But Steph Curry has changed the culture where kids
So-
is only
but
thinking
Steph-
about shooting
okay,
threes.
Steph Curry's
So-
different from.
He's
all
changed the
of them.
culture,
Yes.
saying that he's saying the opposite of what you're saying.
He's a great
Steph
bad
culture
shot
is
maker.
showing
He's a-
kids in Iowa and Kansas City and middle of nowhere that
What
you
people
can
have
make
to-
a
what
living
people-
doing what he's doing.
What people
You
have
got
to
to win at a
understand.
high clip.
What people have to understand, there was a Steph Curry in every era. It's only because this era of basketball has transitioned to an offensive-minded brand of basketball that looks good.
That's how it was in the 70s.
Yeah, but it was an up and down, faster game.
Yeah.
What if Ray Allen took as many 3s as Steph Curry? He's beating it right.
To me, Steph Curry's only going to be remembered for threes. Ray Allen had more game than just threes. He hit a lot of clutch threes, so
Reggie
you
Miller.
remember him.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller shot more threes than anybody in the NBA at the time, right? And it was all within a system. Steph Curry comes down and is jacking for beats.
He's a great bad
But
shot maker.
that's their system. I'm not taking
He
anything
ain't the
from
only one. Klay Thompson.
Clay too, but that's their system. But what I'm saying is, if you put some of these other shooters or playmakers in those positions, you put Ray Allen in that system, and you tell me you won't get the same results.
I can't argue that.
When you running him off of 5-6 picks, and you giving him the green light to dribble up the court.
That's
and
all
shoot
Curry
what he-
does. Run
and
on the
shoot what he
three,
wants.
just back and forth.
And he's a better athlete.
That's a
He
fact.
might be averaging 40 and 50 a game.
And he bigger.
Ray
and
Allen
he
can
big
take
and
it to the
strong.
rack.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a Steph Curry in every era. But the thing is, this era has been offensive-minded basketball. But back to the question at hand, the USA basketball, we have to start preparing our players better for international.
I
game.
agree. You got to
And-
tell them, all right, this is the
and
squad.
It takes
And
more
whatever
than,
y'all do in the NBA or college, you got when we call you to come in, you need to come in.
but it takes more than 3 weeks.
Yeah, because you
And,
got
and that team, that right now, what's happening is because of the pandemic, you know, we're probably a year and a half behind on everybody else. Everybody else in the world was playing and moving around when we weren't. A year ago, a lot of those international teams were picked and playing.
Yeah.
Our people were focused on the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't focused on USA basketball.
Yeah.
First of all, our USA basketball is coached by who?
Pop. Is it Pops then?
Yeah, it's still Pop.
It's
It's
Pop,
Steve
and who is 90% of his assistant coaches?
It's gonna be his people.
No,
It's Coach
it's
Assistant-
college coaches.
Oh, Kyle, yeah.
Assistant coach.
Boeheim,
I think Steve
Boeheim,
Kerr.
Jimmy Boeheim, Syracuse.
Coach K.
Coach
So that
K,
2-3,
Boeheim,
Coach
it's like
K,
it's
yeah.
like 3 college coaches. So you telling me USA basketball is really run by the college game?
Yep. So
So now you say, hey, that's what I'm talking about.
that's that 2-3 right there. That's that 2. That's why Jimmy B's on the staff.
So you telling me that it's ran by college coaches who can't get the time off to go do the things they need to do to prepare those guys for an international game. How many international games has Damian Lillard played in?
None
Okay,
of
then.
them.
And he's
Drew
playing,
Holiday.
He
and he's playing against a guy in France who has grown up playing the international
14.
basketball game since the age of 9 and 8. These
That's what I'm saying. When
Giannis-
you get identified in Europe,
Giannis
you're
stopped
good at
playing
skiing,
basketball.
come out, you're going to a skiing school.
Giannis
You're
stopped
good at
playing-
basketball, you're coming out, you're going to a basketball school. You're good at volleyball, you're coming out, you're going to a volleyball school. You
That's-
eat, sleep, and drink
That's
basketball.
the issue. It's not
Good
that
sport.
it is not that we don't have the players to win these games. We can win the games. It's the fact that they're adjusting to a different style of play.
Can they win the gold
They
this
haven't
year?
had time together.
I'm not gonna lie.
Can they win the gold this year?
I don't
I
know.
think
Yes,
so.
yes.
I think
They
so.
can win.
They can win.
They got to play
I think
Iran, they got to play Czechoslovakia.
They
They'll
gonna-
beat
they
both of
gonna-
their
they
games.
gonna-
I think they
Yeah,
can
they
pull
go
it together.
together.
I think they can pull it together and mesh
They can win.
enough to win it.
They can win.
But I'm not gonna. I think KD can put up.
I don't think so. You know why? KD don't lift weights. One and two,
don't need
he's
to lift
fatigued.
weights.
He don't lift weights.
You don't need to lift
This is
weights.
a different, like
He's
he
7
said.
foot.
Like he said, this is a different game. International
Yeah,
basketball is like
them fouls
NBA.
ain't getting
They
called.
doing this on purpose and getting away
Yeah,
with it.
them fouls
They
ain't getting called.
throwing the knees.
But-
They getting away with it.
But they was calling all the fouls on the U.S.
Yeah, because U.S. said they weren't used to the refereeing. And above the rim, you can smack the ball off the rim.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
As a
Like,
goaltender with us, that's you know,
Yeah, like the game
it's a
is
wider
different.
court. Yeah, it's a different mix. I hope so. I want my guys to win.
The lane, well, the lane is wider.
Yeah.
So now you talking about JaVale McGee getting 3-second calls. Because if you post up,
Now
on,
he's
if
gotta
you
think
post-
about it. Now
if
he's
you post
gotta-
up on a normal block, you in the paint.
Yeah.
Well, we know JaVale McGee and what's my man's name from Golden State? That I can't stand Draymond. Yeah, they there for their defense.
Yeah,
They there for defense.
yeah, but who are they? Okay, that's a prime example. Who are they defending?
That's what I'm saying. Every international team's got young gunners and old
No,
vets
old
that can
vets.
shoot.
Now you telling me that Draymond can check
Who's it?
Mark?
48?
Gasol.
Gasol? You telling me, and I'm talking about international basketball, not regular NBA, international basketball.
Draymond
Where-
checking Rudy Gobert?
No.
Never.
So it's just, can we bounce back and win the gold? I believe so.
We can. They gonna win it.
I don't know, y'all. Closing thoughts. We're out of here.
KD, man. KD and Dan.
KD.
USA basketball, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
KD.
I'm pulling for him, but realistically, can it get done?
They
Yes.
can win.
KD.
Because anything less than the gold is a disappointment.
They can
You
win.
can't come home with a
That's-
silver.
that's-
You
that's
can't come
another
home with a bronze.
That's another thing. Why are we so caught up on we have to win?
You're right.
Like,
Katie
we-
Ledecky called a silver the other day, and I'm like,
And everybody
silver?
was like,
yeah,
silver?
yeah.
Like,
Everybody's
come on,
like, silver.
That means she's the second best person in the world.
She was the best. Is it age? Is father time doing
Okay,
it? Or
so-
Good swimming for.
Yeah.
Y'all
Like,
understand? This is every sport is a young.
young person.
Man.
They
Yeah.
got a
Boy.
14-year-old, 15-year-old swimming.
That's how
Yeah.
they get them.
In Australia, I
Gymnastics,
think.
14, 15, 16. That's how they
These
get
kids
them.
are getting younger and younger, becoming professionals. And somebody think about it. Somebody 17 years. I was talking about this the other day. Somebody 17 years old can do the same thing as somebody 32, but they ain't getting tired.
Yeah.
You
Simone Biles, gymnastics. The tennis players, they go pro at 13, 14, 15.
Skateboarder, 13 years old. She
Yeah.
won yesterday.
Yeah.
You know as well as I know, if we get a freshman coming in the building, guess what? Senior better beware.
It's a young man's game. It's a young man's
It's just
sport.
the reality of
Young
it.
man's sport.
I was looking at a kid work out today. In the last couple of weeks, I was looking at this kid work out. I remember this kid from here. This kid is flying in the gym. I mean, flying. I'm looking like the game has passed me by. I can't even touch the rim no more. And this kid, I mean, he's literally flying.
You know when we start to get older, and you're not there yet, but you gonna be there. And I'm thinking what you're thinking, and instead of giving it props, you be like, you know what I'm saying? But if you really think about it, 2 points is 2 points.
2 points.
If he got to go through all that to get it, and I can just do this and get it, and we in the game,
Yeah,
his 2 points is fancier than mine,
I used
but his
to-
2 points
I
ain't
used
no
to-
better than
I
mine.
used to like his 2 points.
that 2 points way harder to stop than your 2.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because ain't too many people getting up there with you getting away with that.
Yeah, you right.
I know I'm not.
Who's the dude that was in the gym the other night? Dunking all over the place.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's not the dude that he trained today.
Yeah, it is.
I
That's
thought that
him.
kid was in college. He go to Radford?
Mm-hmm.
Why you saying he's on the boot?
He only a sophomore.
Yeah, he was. I was posting him up just so Chuck could give him work. He turned around, I was 2 points.
Hey,
And look, this is how you know you get old. It's only 2 points, and you better not miss. If you miss, you come over here. All I remember, I'll never forget, Stacey Allman, UNLV came down, threw it up off the backboard and rocked it. Everybody's like, oh! Timeout. I said, damn, Tark sat him down?
Tark.
We ain't understand. Now I understand.
Tark was
I ain't
vicious.
understand at the time.
Talk had the
Because he was like, if you'd have missed it, you know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got the crowd off their feet. But had you missed it, you sat him down.
Yeah, but Talk also replaced Stacey Allman. He took him out and put Larry Johnson in.
Yeah.
So you can do that. It wasn't like he was sitting him down and then had somebody to put it for him.
We got to get out of here. We're over an hour, but I had fun with it. Closing thoughts.
You were safe for the goal.
You heard C4. Disgruntled guy, closing thoughts.
Hey, look, be safe out here. Right now, we still in the pandemic. You know, there's different things going on. Just be mindful, be safe, and God bless.
Snake Eyes said you wasn't going to say nothing. You said an awful lot for something. I knew you was going to get into it. Said an awful lot for somebody wasn't going to say nothing. Closing thoughts.
Everybody just stay safe. I said stay safe. Wish everybody the best.
Definitely stay safe because COVID cases are spiking again. You got that variant coming into, the Delta variant. And I don't want people to forget that not too long ago, it was 4,000 a day we were losing. I don't want people to forget that. Glad pools are open, glad restaurants are open, glad bars are open, but you still got to be vigilant. You got to be
Cases
careful.
quadrupled in 1 month.
Yeah, so we not Snake Eyes. You told something the other day that it kind of stuck with me. You said we're not gonna be out of this till 2023.
Spanish
Yeah.
flu,
Think about
the
it,
Spanish
that's-
flu lasted for 3 years.
Yeah, yep, sure did. It sure did. Before they got a hold of it. And so you got fall coming and then winter. And besides winter, you got the deltas. You got the regular strain that people are still dealing with. You got the more aggressive delta strain that we don't know a lot about. And then you got flu season coming up. So, like everybody said, be careful out there. We're going to try to get another episode in this week. If not, we will definitely see you next week. Enigma Code DC will be on YouTube by the morning. We'll be on SoundCloud for the audio. Everybody have a great week.
Peace.